riding that horse that you could be winning on?
Yeah, you know, there are a lot of times when you go out riding and you think, I had a fall at Bangor last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago. One of the horse fell at the last in her race. I probably shouldn't have went out after, so I shouldn't have known. But I actually, because I was physically alright, I could go out. I went out, but it's something that you always do. You know, it's something that you've always done. It's your first reaction. You know, even when you're lying down, you have a broken wrist or whatever. The first thing you think about is how long you're going to be off riding for. You know, I mean, you don't actually think, I've broken my wrist. You know, I mean, you think, God, how long? You know, when I hurt my back at Warwick, I just thought, the first thing that came into my mind was, it's only like 8 weeks to Cheltenham or 9. You know what I mean? I was thinking, you know, so I was actually thinking that my back might be not great. So you know, it's just the way you're. I don't know. It's just maybe it's with the people that you end up working with, whatever. It's just the way you end up thinking. Whether everyone has you like that. I don't know.
Were you determined at school? I mean, were you?
No, here at the place. Yeah.
But to win, there were sports days. I mean, you always been driven.
Yeah. You know, and the more you win, the more you want to win. You know what I mean? So you always have that. You know, there's nothing like that. You know?
But for the people here, so some people that perhaps aren't as horsey. I mean, to realise, you know, how much better you are than the other boys when you think that, what is it, 98% horse? 98% of the horses, you cannot win unless, you know, however good a jockey you are, Tony McCoy, Lester Piggott, whoever you are, it's 98% horse. So for him to be 2%, you know, that 2% be so much better than the others. What do you think it is that sets you apart?
You know, everyone's different, and there'll always be, and no matter what sport, everyone does it different. It's like, you know, if you go to the sales, you know, for example, you go to the sales, you have all the, you know, especially if you go to the flat sales, you go and you look at all the good judges in racing, all looking at horses, and they all want to buy a different horse. You know what I mean? Yeah, everyone's opinion. And it's the same with sport. Like, you know, everyone has a different opinion on who's the best footballer and who's the best different, you know, who's the best Formula 1 driver, whatever. You know, it's whatever makes you, whatever makes you comfortable, whatever makes you win. You know what I mean? You know.
But is it right? Do you think is it your riding ability? Is it your determination? Is it your?
You know, I've never thought that I've never thought for 1 minute that I was the best jockey of the match. You know,
Ricky Walsh said that.
Yeah, but I don't even get mentioned in the top 5 by some people in the press. You know what I mean? Which is a bit disappointing. but that's their opinion. You know what I mean? So you know, if that's their opinion, there's nothing I can do about it. But at the same time, you know, all I can do is do what works for me. Like, you know what I mean?
But like any sport,
I keep winning. You know what I mean? Then I don't really care. You know, I don't really care what anyone else thinks, because I know that, you know, if I'm winning, you know, then it's, you know, that's what makes me happy. You know what I mean? If everyone else thinks of how I win, you know, it's not important.
You're quite biased about it, but you put a lot of thought into it as well. You do go back, you watch over the races again. You know, I can remember last year watching at Plumpton. The ground was very soft. You'd obviously walk the course, and you went on the outside. So you've got the 15 champion jockey going by himself on the outside, and the rest of the field going down the inside. You think, hello, you know, I mean.
As I said, like everyone's entitled to their opinion no matter what they're doing. Everyone's entitled to their opinion no matter what they're doing. But as I said, it's what works. It's what works for me. I said I've never thought for 1 minute I was the best jockey, but yet when I go out in a race, you know, if someone said to me they wanted £1 million horse tomorrow, you know, I would want me on it. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in a big-headed way. I would like to go out knowing that, that I'm the one around it. So it's, you know, as I said, it's like everyone's got a different opinion of different things. Things like that, you just know. Like going around places where the ground is really soft. Like I know that if I was as a human being where I would like to be running, you know what I mean? So I when I think about racing, about riding, whatever, and thinking about the horse as well, I think about what I would like to do. You know, as a human, you know, where would I like to go, where would I like to run on? I just think of it as the same with the horse, you know. So.
But what actually do you think drives you? Is it you like winning? Is it financial? Is it a fear of losing?
Not financial at the moment, the way the prize money is.
Is it fear of losing? Do you think fear of not being champion jockey? Is it?
Yeah, lots of things.
I mean, sport does drive people. Let's look at Dunwoody. He went off, you know, as near to as, you know, mad as you could ever get by the end. You know, I mean, it was certified.
Yeah, I actually think I've got better as I've got older. You know, I think that you know, I started off riding. You know, obviously I wanted to ride winners. You know, you dream about being champion jockey. And obviously when I was champion jockey, then I wanted to be champion jockey again. And that's what drives you. And then when I started having a lot of winners, and getting to the point where I could ride 200 winners in a season, then that's what I wanted to do. And obviously I knew then there was a chance that I could ride more winners than Richard and Woody, who'd ridden more winners than us. Then that was my goal, that was what I wanted to achieve. And you drive yourself to that, and you know, you think, I'm not going to be happy until I do that. And then I wanted to break Gordon Richard's record, so you know, you put pressure on yourself to do that all the time. And then whenever you do that, you find there's something else that you know you want to do. So as time goes on, and the more things that I was lucky enough to achieve, then the more I sort of became happier. You know, that I was able to feel like I could enjoy it a little bit. That you know, I could enjoy my ride a little bit because I actually had, you know, because I'd achieved things I wanted to achieve. So
I suppose you have to set yourself targets because you're so much better than the others. If you didn't, you know.
As I said, I've been, you know, I've been looking at. I've always ridden for very good people, and I think you have to, you know, I think you have to give yourself something to work for. If you know, you have to have something that makes you think, something that makes you want to get better. You know.